Hey, hello, and a very warm welcome to all the Cricket 360 fans. I'm your host, Dr. Nilesh Mehta. IPL 2025 up and running, 10 matches already done out of a total of 70 matches scheduled before the qualifying matches start. The two teams that are 2-0 at the moment are the one team from Bangalore that has not won the IPL, Virat Kohli's team, RCB, and Delhi are 2-0. What we thought about doing with my panel today is have an interactive session to talk about some of the highlights, some of the newcomers that have come on the scene. For example, a young man like Zishan Ansari, who makes his debut for the Sunrise Hyderabad and who used to be part of the under 19 team with Rishabh Pant and became famous from the Uttar Pradesh T20 League, or an Ishan Kishan 100, or a Jofra Archer leaking 75, 76 odd runs in 4 overs, or a young boy like the name Vignesh Puthur, a name that I did not even hear, left arm spinner that the Mumbai Indians got and made a sensational debut. And again, a great story, a son of an auto rickshaw driver from Kerala. So let me welcome my panel, Professor Anand Desai from Mumbai, Sharvil Majmudar from Ahmedabad, Karthik from Phoenix, Subbu from North Carolina, and Panthil Majmudar, who I would request to uh, switch his phone. There you go, Panthil from, he gives it away with his
Thank you.
shirt, from Gujarat Titans. And I'm in a little bit of a chilly weather in Arizona. So a warm welcome to all of you guys.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
So
Thank you.
let's open it up. Karthik has joined us for the first time on this show. Karthik, your Chennai Super Kings. A lot of talk about Dhoni coming at number 8, 9. Does he still have it? Of course, he has the glamour and the charisma that floods the stadia in a sea of yellow all the time. But what is happening with your team, Chennai?
Yeah, Chennai is at an interesting crossroads. So as we speak, I think they're 1-for-1, and Ruturaj just got hit, and he's getting some treatment. But I, I think the way the season has started, it's going to be an interesting season where it could be a start-stop season like last year. The batting looks a little weak, and the chase of 155 was not so good. It was ugly in parts, and Rachin held it together as they went over the line with Mumbai. But again, against RCB, their batting as well as bowling and fielding was really put to light. So it's going to be interesting. Dhoni, there's a lot of questions again. The fans, the crowd. How long are the fans going to have some patience? It's going to be interesting. But yes, I mean, to actually put it in conclusion, the batting has to fire. They have a decent bowling lineup this year. Khalil, Noor, I think Noor is the purple cap holder now. He got a few wickets today as well. So I think with good support bowlers like Ashwin as well as Patirana, I think the bowling looks good. Fielding has to improve, and Devon Conway has to play for me in the top
Yeah,
order for them to have a
after
chance.
after the 5 wicket haul that Mitchell Stark had, he just surpassed Noor Ahmed for the purple cap.
Oh, and
Yeah.
Noor got it back. Noor got it back now
Oh,
because
he
he
Noor
already
got it
got a
back.
few.
Okay, so
Yes,
the
he's got
cap
it back. Yes.
topis have changed. But let me bring in Panthil. Panthil and Sharvil, both of you in Ahmedabad, the Gujarat Titans, under the leadership of seasoned cricketers, even Parthiv Patel now joining the fray. What is happening with the Titans? Any quick summary? Panthil first and then Sharvil, please.
Yes, I would like to say that the Titans have been off to a good start. Of course, the first match they had lost, but the second match, the pitch on which they played, I think one good thing for the Titans is that the groundsman is hearing to Shubman Gill, and he got the pitch of his choice. That's what he said also in the post-match conference, and that is how I think they are playing to their strength. The pitch is also good for their bowlers as well as batsmen, and they have been off to a good start. I think my prediction will come true. They are likely to finish in the first two and hopefully win the tournament.
Panthil raised an important point. He said Shubman, the pitch curator, listened to Shubman Gill. Uh, Now you talk about the Kolkata Knight Riders. Chandrakant Pandit, who is the coach of the KKR, actually has gone on to say in an interview that he would wish that he would get the pitches to his liking, that would be more conducive to his bowling unit. But he has not seen that because the curators are appointed by Cricket Association of Bengal, and they have the final say, not Chandrakant. Just throwing it out there. Sharvil?
Yeah, so that's an important point because the second match which GT played was on a black soil pitch. And the reason came out was that the Mumbai Indian batters were not very comfortable in their stroke play on a black soil pitch. So that is how there seems to be good coordination between the captain and the curator. Also, I watched both these matches at the stadium, and I noticed two things. I noticed that Sai Sudarshan will have a very big role to play if GT have to ultimately make it to the playoffs, because their batting looks a little bit thin to me. Second, another thing which I noticed is that they have picked their side with so many fast bowlers. They have Ishan Sharma. I think they have four or five fast bowlers with them, and only I think Rashid Khan and Sai Kishore are two spinners. Sai Kishore is still a young spinner, so Rashid Khan is the only experienced spinner. So with a pitch like that, having so many fast bowlers, I don't know. I'm not too sure. Particularly somebody like Ishan Sharma, who has not played T20 for India for a very long time, being picked as their impact player again, I felt may not be the best. I'm not sure it worked that day. But these are two or three red flags which probably I would be worried if I'm a GT fan. Otherwise, their batting looks, the form of their batsmen look good. And Shubman Gill was a very quick learner. In the first match, I could see at the ground that he was a bit flustered. He was not very prepared for the onslaught of Shashank, onslaught of Shreyas Iyer. But in the second match, he was very proactive. Even he did not finish the quota of full 4 overs of Rashid Khan. Now imagine a bowler
Correct.
like Rashid Khan not bowling his full quota 4 overs. That is thinking on the feet by Shubman Gill. He thought on that pitch, fast bowlers bowling slower balls were gripping the surface. So he did not even finish 4 overs of Rashid Khan. So there you go. I think some areas of concern, but the form of their key players is good.
Good, very, very good point. I mean, we are talking about this generation bold versus generation gold. We have
Yeah.
we have two folks here, Professor and Subbu from Generation Gold. What is this concept about these new kids coming in the picture, Zishan Ansari or a Vignesh Puthur, and kids like this, Professor? Uh, this is brilliant, getting opportunities for these young kids at this high level, isn't it?
For sure. I mean, you add a few others, Aniket Verma, who played
Sure.
and who's had two fantastic games, 36 of 13, and then today 74 of 41. And it was only because of him that at least SRH had some semblance of a chance, you know. And then you look at a few others like Shubham Dubey, I think also has had a good knock. And these are blazing knocks that they've on the batting side, on the bowling side. Both Vignesh Puthur you spoke about, and of course today this young boy who Zishan Ansari bowled made his presence felt. So certainly, I think that's always been one of the positives. If you look at historically, you look at IPL historically, that's been the one big positive. And in a way, I mean, if you look at, if you speak with, the people at the helm who manage the IPL, there's been criticism about impact player, and one of the things that has been spoken of is the number of young players who are getting a chance to play. And I think that is the big plus. You look at people like, Bumrah, legends of today, right? I mean, Jasprit Bumrah emerged out of IPL. You look at Rishabh Pant has emerged out of the IPL. You look at R. Ashwin has emerged out of the IPL. I mean, I think that's the big contribution of the IPL, no doubt. And hopefully we will see many more come to the fore.
Subbu,
Oh, perfect.
generation gold.
I totally agree with Professor. So many youngsters get an opportunity and they work very hard because there are so many cricket events going on. So many IPL people, who has been successful, have not played even Ranji. One time, Ranji Trophy, Dilip Trophy was the main for entry into the higher league. But now franchise T20 has come. Said Muhammad Ali Trophy, Visi Trophy, everybody has got T20. So all these couple of spinners named today, they all came from the said event, which happened just before the IPL.
I mean, you are absolutely right.
And another
Subbu.
bowler which impressed me, GT versus GT versus Punjab.
Go ahead, Subbu.
They were 145 for 2. Then they brought in a bowler, an impact bowler.
That's a good point.
He bowled the 15th over, 17th over, and 19th over.
Yes.
Did not take any wickets. So many Yorkers.
Yeah.
Correct.
Suddenly they lost. I thought they had a comfortable win that day.
True.
You're talking about
I
that.
agree. Only for that impact bowler win.
So
You're talking about Vijay Kumar, right?
Vaishak.
From Vyakshak.
Vaishak Vijay Kumar.
Vaishak Vijay
Yeah,
Kumar.
That's right.
Very good
Right,
death
right.
bowler.
Yes.
Punjab Kings, yeah.
Yes.
So,
Correct.
And you see Ashutosh Sharma.
GT was
Today
cruising.
he
In fact, GT was cruising. They needed 12 per over for the last 8 overs.
With wickets in hand. So it was very much possible.
what other general observations?
Yeah.
We'll keep it open for all of us. General observations from the first 10 matches.
In the batting, if you see,
For
Ashutosh Sharma came, Shashank came. They both got victory for their matches. One for Delhi Capitals, one for Punjab
One
Kings.
for Punjab.
Kings, Shashank, 44 in 16 balls. Fine. They're not regulars.
Yeah.
But luckily they have been retained. Ashutosh Sharma was retained. And they are making good use of their opportunities.
Yeah. What I was saying was that Mumbai Indians has had a slow start. But with Bumrah likely to come back, there were reports of Bumrah practicing at the NCA. So with Bumrah likely to join, and Mumbai Indians have yet not played a home game. So with Bumrah likely to join, and if Mumbai Indians play well at Wankhede, don't count them out. I think they still can make it to the playoffs. These are very early days. And another observation is that these days we might see, more high-scoring games. We might see in future teams getting 200, 220, even chasing that down. So we may not go by the past records. That the past records are, for example, CSK in the today's game has never chased a target more than 180. But I think considering the pitches and the level at which the game is moving, those records may not mean much moving forward.
Also, I would like to just add that the start which RCB has got, Royal Challengers Bangalore, that is something which is a big surprise because no one expected them to do this well. I hope they carry on. I hope they carry on with the same spirit and same form because if they play well, I think we would like to have few new winners also. Of course, GT is my first love, but if someone other has to win, it should be Kohli's team. I think we all love Virat Kohli, and for his sake, I am happy that RCB is doing well.
And I think that's a good point, Panthil, because you want to bring parity to any kind of competition. I mean, you have two teams who have won it 5 times, Chennai and Mumbai. Let other teams also have a piece of the pie if they deserve it. If they deserve
it. Yes. No, good point. And I think RCB has done a lot of homework in the auction as well, right? I think adding the services of Hazelwood Again,
Yeah.
they've actually added Hazelwood. They have Yash Dayal, Krunal Pandya. I think on paper RCB always looks strong. I think the performances don't translate, but I think this year Rajat Patidar has captained the team like a champion, right? I mean, in the Chennai game, he out-captained the local captain, right? It was just, he was spot on with his bowling changes, and he knew what he was doing, right? So I think, yeah, RCB have a very good chance this year. I think the best chance they've ever had, probably. Yep.
No, I think
Also,
RCB is also. Sorry, Panthil, go ahead.
with regard to Hyderabad, I think our predictions may go wrong. I was actually predicting them to play in top two, but it seems the batting lineup is on paper, but they are not firing. I hope they fire soon because they have the best batting lineup, the top
These
order
are
in the
early days.
IPL.
These are very early days. So I think they're still one of the favorites.
Yeah, I think the top two need. I mean, they're too dependent on at the very top, on Abhishek as well as Travis Head. Travis Head has been giving them fiery starts, but Abhishek for the last couple of games at least, and when they fire, then they really fire. And then there's Klaasen who comes in, and then now they have Ishan Kishan as well. But one surprise has been, I mean, given what we spoke about during the preview, has been Delhi Capitals, right? I mean, they've had two back-to-two wins, and they are really punching, and they're playing a different brand of cricket. They're playing a very aggressive brand of cricket, which is a surprise for me. I mean, I think they were earlier playing a very measured. That's the measured approach is how they would play. Today, now they're playing a very free-spirited brand of cricket, which is the prize, frankly.
And Professor, interestingly that you raised Delhi Capitals in the time when they have a different coach and they have different people, different captain. So it's like very interesting to see a complete overhaul. No Ponting, no Amre, no Rishabh, and now you have Akshar and completely different organization.
And
right?
you have Hemang Badani. Interestingly, Hemang Badani was the batting coach of SRH till last year, right? And SRH was, breaking records left, right, and center on the batting side. So he's brought that spirit, I guess, in DC, and the Delhi Capitals are playing. Batting-wise, they're playing a very, very, very free-spirited band of cricket. And I would imagine that there is the KP effect, the Kevin Peterson effect, who is kind of come on as the mentor.
That's right.
100%, Prof. Yeah. KP has a huge effect, right? You seem so animated in the strategic timeouts and stuff. And Hemang Badani has had a stellar time as a coach in the last few months. He actually was the coach of the team that won the ILT20 in Dubai as well, right? So I think, he cannot do anything wrong. Yeah.
I have one question for Sharvil. Since he was at the stadium for the first two matches of GT, more particularly, I wanted to know for the match against MI, how was the crowd behavior with regard to Hardik Pandya?
No, there was no booing.
Were they booing him like last year? Everyone was booing him when he came out to toss. Also, there were booing of Hardik Pandya. So I wanted to know whether that is continuing still or no.
No, there was no booing, and in fact, at the ground, there were quite a bit of people cheering for MI. And I think the difference between last year and this year is that Hardik has thereafter won a T20 World Cup. It's part of the T20 World Cup winning team and part of the Champions Trophy winning team. So I think now the perception of the crowd towards him has changed, and it's good
news for MI. Good news for MI.
Yeah, and I suspect actually the good point that Sharvil actually made. I think somewhere I just feel there is that deep love for Rohit Sharma. The entire country, the entire nation seems to have this deep love for Rohit Sharma.
Myself
just a very nice person. Huh?
Yeah. Myself included.
Just a very nice person, and we just wish that he fires on the field of play, because then MI just look very different. Bumrah and Trent Bolt, I think historically what Panthil was saying, what Sharvil, I think he was saying about Bumrah coming back, I think they will look a different unit. Bumrah brings so much more so much more. He's a very thinking cricketer, and so he brings in a lot. And then if Rohit Sharma starts firing right at the top, I think Robin Mins need to be pushed up. For me, they speak very highly of him. For me, I think push Robin Mins up to number 3. Let him just just let him go. Just let him go after people, and then let Tilak Verma and Sky Surya Kumar Yadav come in 4-5, and that also means that they have a very strong middle order. So I guess that's the template I would like to imagine. They need to bring back Vignesh Puthur. I think Vignesh Puthur had such a great start. I mean, you dropped that fellow, yeah. Such a lovely story. Such a lovely story, really. I mean, I think what the doctor was saying right at the beginning. I mean, Kerala is not known for cricket, but we've had Samson. Sanju Samson is the one big cricketer. Kerala historically for all the West Indian, all the overseas, listeners, you must know that Kerala historically has been a big football state. They followed football, not much of cricket, and so these stories are very, very significant. These Samson and Puthur and
Srishant as
people
well,
like
right?
that.
Srishant was the other guy who
Srishant, of
Yeah.
course, yes.
And
Yes, he was the other one.
Kerala is like the Bahamas of the West Indies. You hear
That's
about
right.
cricketers coming from Trinidad, Jamaica, Barbados, and some of the other islands. But absolutely, Professor is absolutely right. Srishant and Sanju Samson is also from
Samson.
Kerala. So Kerala is a state.
I have a question. I have a question for everyone. I mean, are we not seeing spin playing such a significant role?
I think
I
simply
think we
because
are.
of two new
Go ahead,
balls are being used.
Sharvil, go ahead, please.
Yeah, so I feel because possibly 2 new balls are being used, and the ball changed after 10 overs, maybe the spin may not be playing that big a part. And Rashid
So
Khan
why do you say
that itself tells you a story. I mean, number 1 spinner of T20 leagues, not bowling his 4 overs in a GT win.
Yeah.
So why do you say that, Prof? Because I mean, the purple cap holder currently is Noor Ahmed, and you saw Kuldeep just weave a web as well. So I think spinners are doing so far, I mean, pretty good, right? I mean, you saw Krunal Pandya come to the party in game 1. He actually pulled things back for RCB against KKR. So
absolutely,
I would say,
right. Absolutely.
Yeah. So I think overall, one of the things that I was reading about was I think bowlers are not having the courage to toss the ball up. Again, you are going to be hit with the 63, 65 meter boundaries in T20 cricket, right? So you have to give yourself the best chance to price out a wicket. So I feel some of the other spinners, like you brought up, are sort of giving up. I mean, it's a mind game, right? Even before you start to bowl a spell, you kind of have to have the courage. And we saw Vignesh Puthur, a prime example. And after he was hit for boundaries, he just tossed the ball up and he was able to deceive the batsman in flight and drift, right? So yeah, it's been not too bad, I would say. Yeah.
And I think as the tournament progresses further, the pitches also may get a little maybe more helpful for the spinners because more number of matches being played on these pitches. And therefore, I think the spinners will have a big role in the tournament. That's what I feel.
Yeah.
Subbu, you've been very quiet.
No. I've been listening to all these very interesting things. Unfortunately, those impact players, spinners, they get dropped. Like Puthur didn't play yesterday. Suyash Sharma also came as impact player. And if he gets his line, he took 3 wickets the other day.
Oh, yeah.
But I wanted to bring, and somebody brought a point like 11th over, second new ball. It's not in every match. It's only in the day-night match, not when match starts today at 3:30 afternoon it starts. You cannot bring a second new ball.
Dew factor, yeah.
That is left to the umpire, on-field umpire, to decide if the dew is impacting holding of the ball. Okay, that's the only case. I don't know how many matches, out of the 10 matches, the 8 matches were day-night matches, whether the second new ball was taken. Okay. Another important observation was, if you look at somebody brought Josh Hazelwood. He has been bowling at phenomenal, lot of energy, including Mitchell Stark, but they abstained from Champions Trophy. And they are preparing for the forthcoming World Cup Test final. And so they have a lot of energy in this IPL, which is boosting Delhi Capitals.
But Subbu, Subbu, I'm sorry to interrupt. I disagree, boss. You know, fast bowler bowling 4 overs in a T20 match. What rest are you talking about, man? What rest? They're bowling only 4 overs. 24 deliveries, boss. They have to bowl. And what energy is going to be gone?
So what I'm saying, because they did not come, they abstained from Champions Trophy. They have taken enough rest, and they come at bowl full fiery speed in this. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah. The other point
I mean,
yeah, go ahead.
No, sorry, Doc. I think what he meant probably was, I think, I mean, you have to clear your mind also, right? I think Champions Trophy could have been taxing on the teams, but then Hazelwood, to actually Subbu's point, Hazelwood has come fresher. Again, he is actually, the ball is coming out nicely from his hand, and actually he's delivering it good. But do agree the fact that it's 4 overs and you should be able to go through your routine, and these guys practice so much, right? So I think, Doc, your point is valid too.
But I think, I know the physical side of things, but I think what probably needs to be also factored in is the mental side of things. I mean, when imagine you're playing in Hyderabad, on those wickets, and most, look at Bombay, you look at most wickets, right? I think except for maybe a couple, except maybe Chennai, maybe Guwahati, you look at most other venues, particularly a venue like Ahmedabad, a venue like Hyderabad, where you're just being tonked around, right? Imagine the psychological side of things, where a fast bowler is getting just hammered around, and he has to run also. So there's a physical side, and then there's a mental side. So I guess 24 balls, and then they have to field as well. So I guess, that, and most of them actually field in the deep. So I mean, I think that's what kind of gets them tired, I suppose. So I mean, I think they want to maintain the mental side of things, and because of just the physical and the mental pressure that they are forever on, particularly you look at somebody like a Jofra Archer, who has to bowl pace. Just has to bowl pace, and then he's getting tonked for 76 of 24 balls. Imagine what's happening to his mind. Imagine what's going on. I mean, he's much heralded fast bowler. Yeah.
But what I'm saying is, what is happening to the mind of somebody by the name Panthil Majmudar, who is in the middle of the show, decides to displace his loyalty completely from GT to something else. That is
I just saw the IPL table, and I saw that RCB is at the top, and so RCB wears a green T-shirt, I think, one match in the tournament. So I had this color, so I decided to wear this.
He did the curator of GT. I mean, the pitch from the first match was very different from the pitch in the second match.
Well, on that note, we would like to end this show. I want to, of course, thank Professor Desai, Subbu, Karthik, Panthil, Majmudar, as well as Sharvil. We'll come back to you next Sunday again with preview of week number 3 and moving forwards. Thank you for watching. If you have any comments, please share it on our Cricket 360 page. Thank you again for watching, and thank you all for joining.
Thank you.
Goodbye.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye.